Hi, if you asked me a question and I told you to Google Presta valve, Relja explains, this is the video. This is what you're in the right place. So in this video I will answer the question and explain how to pump up your tires with a special emphasis on those funny thin valves called Presta or French valves. But I will also briefly discuss all the other valves and how to use those compressor pumps on petrol stations and similar. And if you ask me a question, please watch this video until the end, because I will mention some important caveats, so to not come into situation that you break something and then say, oh, but you didn't mention. I did. Watch till the end. Okay, so let us begin. There are generally about three main types of valves. One is called Dunlop. It's not very popular nowadays. I have an article explaining all that. I'll put it in the video's description and I'll post a picture of that Dunlop valve. I don't have a tire with that kind of valve today. And the other two are automobile valve or Schrader. This is the one. This is what we're talking about. This is automobile valve or Schrader valve. Most automobiles and similar have valves like these and many mountain bikes. And there's also a third kind that we'll put special emphasis on, but this one has a small spring-loaded thingy in the middle, and you need to depress that in order to inflate or deflate the tire. So you need a valve or pump head that can deal with this and create a seal around this. And if you don't have a decent pump head, you won't have much luck with any kind of valve, basically. So that's one thing. In practice, any kind of adapters are not very good luck with these. You need to get a pump head that is designed for such valves. This is an example. So here we have a pump head that can go with automobile valves and that can also go with those I mentioned, the Dunlop, and the ones that I will show in the next section called Presta or French valves. So that's the kind of thing we have here. This is such a design. Some have different designs, but that's one thing. And now let's discuss this valve. This is a French or Presta valve. It usually has this cap that is thin and long, and you unscrew it, and then here you can see that it has like a small top that you can also unscrew. And you need to unscrew this before you start inflating a Presta valve. You don't unscrew it all the way to let it fall out, just to create some room. And then it's very important, if you start pumping right away, you will maybe ruin the seal of the pump's head and maybe not get any air in. You need to make sure that it's not stuck, because it does get stuck. So you need to slightly press it to get it unstuck. I don't want to release too much air, don't want to make my job harder to pump more. But I want to unstick it. So just a brief tap, trying not to bend it or break it, just that's more than enough. Sometimes you need to be a bit more firm, but this one is not stuck right now. So that's it. Now I can start inflating with some catches and caveats. So if the tire is at a very low pressure or completely deflated, this will fall back in place and again close the valve. So you need to turn this upside down and let the gravity work for you, because when you put the pump's head over it, you will not be able to see if this is extended or closed or what's going on with it. So that's one thing. Sometimes this falls back, and when it's deflated, it makes it more difficult to pump it. Even though when it's inflated, you use it to release the air. So that's one thing. Another important thing is, if you're using an adapter, this is what an adapter looks like. And with an adapter like this, the rubber part goes towards the valve, and this top part makes it effectively look like a automobile valve or Schrader. And that lets you pump your tires using automobile valve pumps and petrol station pumps with some catches. So if you're screwing this on, again, to put to put a pump head that is designed for this is a straightforward job. You just put it on and that's it. But when using an adapter, you must pay attention to not while you're screwing the adapter in, to not in fact also turn this in and lock it. So I unscrew it almost all the way out, and then I pay attention to slide it over it, and then with some positive pressure try to screw it on. This is a decent job. Now the inner part is not screwed in. Now I can attach a pump and pump it, pump head. If you go to petrol stations, this does not give me any back pressure right now. No return pressure. So if you have those that are like this, you will have no problems. But if you're using those automated, where you digitally select the pressure and it should start pumping, they might not work with this right away. You need to set the mode for flat tires, because they get no feedback pressure. Also, when you're using even a pump like this, like a floor pump or any kind of pump, the pressure gauge is not really as accurate when you're pumping a Presta valve using that adapter that I just showed. If you're pumping directly, then yes, but with an adapter, it often creates mistakes. At least that's been my experience. So that's something to pay attention to. Another catch with these valves, one of the reasons why I'm not a huge fan, and I'm not a huge fan of super narrow tires and narrow rims, that's a separate topic. But here we have a pump that's portable and that doesn't have a hose. So I cannot just put a hose on it, put the pump on the ground and keep pressure. No, I need to work it like this. But Presta valves are relatively thin, and so you can easily break the valve, completely break it off, even these metal ones. So a trick to do is to use, I like to use my knee and to hold on to the spokes, and so I try to make sure that I'm using some kind of thing to lean the pump against, so that the valve does not get all the way any pressure, but I'm actually making sure to negate that and to keep the valve unloaded from this sideways motion. Even better, I made a video review about this pump like this that lets you, I'll put this in the video description, maybe make it pop up in your top right hand corner, but this is a bit more bulky compared to the small, but it makes it a breeze to pump any kinds of tires. I love this one. This is, if you can imagine, I don't remember the exact model, this is the manufacturer, but the model is in my review video. I don't remember the exact marketing name they used for this, but it's awesome. So I don't think I forgot to mention anything. I'm looking at I wrote the bullet points on the whiteboard to not forget anything, but I think I covered it all. Yes, that's it. That's the whole video. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, or especially corrections and similar, please use my forum, BikeGremlin forum on bikegremlin.net. YouTube is awful at dealing with comments and later searching them and similar. There's a lot of strange things going on on the internet these years. And if you wish to support my work, you can go to patreon.com/bikegremlin. I appreciate any kind of help. Whatever works for you is certainly going to contribute, help me get, I'm looking forward to getting a better camera, primarily as action camera, and I'm working this as for free and no sponsors or anything. So that's what I rely on, as I'm not I'm willing to share my knowledge and experience for free, but don't want to pay out of my own pocket in order to do that. So that's it. That's the whole video. Again, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in some other video. Cheers, stay cool.